Hello Internet, here is my back workout. I am starting of course with my scapular pull-ups, but I made a slight change to these to kind of have a pause at the top. Instead of just doing them rapid fire, I think it will make them slightly more effective and just teach me a little bit more control. So I did a couple sets of that. Then I moved on to my ring pull-ups. My ring pull-ups felt better than ever, but I guess that doesn't say much because I think I've only done them 4 times now. But out of the 4 times, this was the best ever. My first set, I have now bumped it up to 7 reps, so that was great. Then I did 2 sets of 6, and then I did 1 set of 5, so that tops my other workouts where I just did sets of 6 and sets of 5. And then what did I do? Then I did my single arm superset, basically the chest supported row supersetted with my sideways pull down, which you don't know what that is. I just made up the name. You'll see what it is if you get there, if you continue to watch to that point. Then I did my Dana Lynn Bailey pull down. Again, that's my own name, but it's just kind of where you pull it down like below your rib cage to get more of the lower lat. Did that for a couple sets. Then I just did my cable low row with the wide handle, wide grip. Finished off, not pictured here today. I did some bicep curls, and yeah, so it was a fantastic workout. So I would estimate maybe between 3 to 6 people may or may not have noticed that I uploaded my leg workout video yesterday, and I believe it was just shy of 5 minutes that I left it up there until I decided to delete it. And I guess for cutting rambling's sake short, I just had such a great leg day, and I thought I don't want anything to ruin this day. I want to just be happy with my workout. I don't want to be worrying about comments or views or changing thumbnails or any of that kind of thing. I just didn't feel like it. And I think that maybe that emotion may be a little bit higher on leg days in particular because my cortisol seems to be pretty elevated after my leg workouts, and I have a lot more brain fog and stuff after those workouts, and I just way more prone to like anxiety and panic attack, and I didn't have any of the energy for it. But it was such a great workout. I'm loving leg days with all the stuff I have now. So with that said, I guess I do feel a little bit conflicted about continuing to make videos just for the time being. I'll just see how I feel over the upcoming days and weeks and that sort of thing. As I mentioned in that video that was up for 5 minutes, and I guess as before that, mentioned it previously about how I started ordering meal prep service and to help me better with portion control, which helped reduce my calories from an insanely high amount to a still unreasonably high amount. And I was starving, like just reaching into the fridge, eating raw spinach because I couldn't deal with waiting for my supper. And I don't want to subject myself to that ever, probably in my life. I have done that in the past, and cool, I was low body fat, whatever. I have no desire to ever subject myself to that for no reason at all. I just don't want to care about it. And I think putting myself on the internet makes me feel like I have to care about it because it's like, well, you're here, you got to be sort of a little bit more impressive, or it's going to be like, why the hell are you doing this? Not that that's part of the YouTube policy. You can suck and still make videos, and you're allowed to. It just seems like the expectation is that you have something to showcase. So I kind of feel like, God, you got to get way leaner. You got to get more ripped because that's why, that's how you're allowed to make the videos. But I don't really like having that pressure on myself, and it's not like that's pressure that I put on my own self and just trying to live up to, internet standards, whereas like in reality and in life, I don't have those actual standards for myself. I don't feel the need for no reason at all to be extremely low body fat or lower body fat than I am, or that it would be the end of the world if I gain 2 pounds of fat or whatever. Like, I personally deep down know that I do not care about this, but putting yourself out there, it forces me to like, wow, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And I don't want that to be motivation, because that just to me is like the right word, like disingenuine motivation, like truly something in my heart I do not care about but feel forced to do. It's for one thing, it's way too hard to diet when you do really want it. That in itself, it's still extremely hard to diet. And when you're also doing it for a reason that doesn't really sit well with your soul, then it's impossible. I don't give a shit. So it just kind of in my head, I think, I don't know. Do I want to step away, and how would that feel again? If then I feel like I have a lot more freedom. Not like I'm saying like freedom to become like super fat. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying, and I don't think anybody interpreted it that way. But to just go back to my 2,600 calorie a day diet and not worry at all about losing weight or achieving some kind of level of greatness that I don't think I would ever achieve anyway. I don't know, just some thoughts swirling around my head, and just overall, I guess, I don't know, feeling a little bit melancholy about the whole thing. But we'll just see how I feel. I'm not saying one thing or the other, just some thoughts that I've had lingering around, and noticing a change in my mood when I don't make videos is that it's generally just lower anxiety, and I feel like I'm in a better mood when I don't. And so kind of wanting to take note of that and seeing if that is a very consistent trend, and then obviously then prioritizing that, because there's no sense giving yourself a gloomy day if you don't have to. There's only so many days we get to be on this earth, so why choose to make decisions that are not forced on you that make those days worse? But anyways, not necessarily saying one way or the other, but I guess I'll move on to next topic. So I realized that it will be impossible for me to ever meet anybody going on forward as I have been going on. Obviously, it's been impossible up until this point for me to have ever met anybody, but it still felt like there was potential because I was out more. I was like in public more, had more in office jobs, or just more situations where I was like physically in person around human beings. And now my job is 95% work from home, outside of the odd trip to a city that I don't even live. And so there's that, as well as, of course, I work out at home, and the fact too that I have no friends, so I don't like go out with friends. If we're like giggling at the mall, wait, I don't think we do that. I don't think if I had friends we would do that, but anyway. Just being at the mall with ladies, or at the restaurant, or grabbing a drink, or like whatever. And since I don't have friends, I also don't do that. So there's literally zero places for me to ever like stumble upon another human being. And even if I was, in more places, the likelihood of actually meeting another single human being that's roughly my age is like very slim to none. So adding the fact that I never actually go in public makes it's like nothing. So I thought, oh my gosh, fine, you have to go on you have to try this stupid frickin' dating app thing. And obviously I tried it off and on a million times over. And it's been such a great long stretch, like year-ish, since I've been on there. And I told myself, what if you just force yourself to stay on here for 6 whole months to know for sure if this is a huge waste of time? It's like that fear of missing out. Well, other people are on here that meet people, so I guess if I'm not on here, I might be missing out on some greatness. And so I signed up for Hinge, and like, it was 6 hours this time. That's not the least that I've ever survived. It's not even close. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and then immediately delete. I was like, wait, I hate this so much. I don't understand how people can not hate it. To me, it's just, it's hell on earth, like browsing through. Okay, so for me, I can't be, I guess I also don't understand how anybody could be attracted to like a still photo. Like if I know nothing about the human being, a still photo, I will never be capable of being attracted to a still photo. Occasionally I've been attracted to actors such as Nicolas Cage and Billy Bob Thornton, but they're weird and they're moving and they're talking. They're not a still photo. And so I cannot ever, so you show me a model or whatever, I will not be attracted to that model. I don't care what he looks like in his frickin' underwear. I'm not capable of it because I know nothing about the person. So these apps, I can't. So I rely on the bios that people make to determine if I might be sort of interested in this person. But because nobody puts any effort at all whatever in their bios, it's just like I can't muster up anything when I'm swiping I can't, and it's like, why can't people just at least try to make it seem like they have personalities with their bios? It's the absence of any kind of genuine personality at all whatsoever when they're creating these bios, and it makes me gag. Like, I'd fall for you if you're kind. And it's like, just be real. Come on. Is that really like, well, you're not going to fall for me then, because I'm not a super kind person. I'm not cruel and evil. But, I mean, I'm kind of a bitch a lot of times. And I like to joke about things. I don't like to take things too seriously. That's just my sense of humor. The thing I'm most attracted to is calmness. And I think, like, what? Like, what? Are we going to be in all these high pressure situations where I even have the opportunity to display this calmness? Or do I just have to like constantly sit and be quiet all the time? I just don't get these things. Like, I don't, it just shows to me like this void where a personality or some character traits are supposed to be. And I can't for the life of me like muster up the energy to like care about this or any of these people. I feel like I have to try, or life will just continue passing me by as all these decades continue to go by, remaining alone. And I feel like, well, I gotta care. I gotta do something. And I can't force myself really to try very hard. I can't force but it's like, I know, like deep down, I'd like to not just continue to be like painfully alone every waking moment, every year after year, birthday after Christmas. I know that there's parts of me that really care about this, but I don't know. It's like I still can't put in the effort. And maybe that's how some people feel about working out and fitness and that kind of thing. Like, they do truly care, but they can't make themselves do it. And, I guess I could empathize or sympathize with that sort of thing. And I wish that I could put something into it. But to me, it just seems like, I think it feels like such a worthless cause at this point. Like, I felt it's the same thing for me with fitness, where I do feel like this movement gives me potential. This routine gives me a feeling of potential. I'm not there yet, but I see that potential. When I do this kind of stuff, trying to put myself out there and meet people or whatever, get in a relationship, I see no potential at all whatsoever. So then that motivation, it's like, it's really hard to light a fire if you don't believe in any outcome, and you're just like subjecting yourself to misery. Because I do feel miserable when I put myself on those things, because I just think, oh God, I'm not compatible with anybody in this entire world. Everybody is just so dull to me. And, that's like, I don't mean to like put the whole world down. I think that you guys kind of understood my point. But anyway, so that's just kind of what's going on in my head, in my world right now. But I hope everybody has a good Easter weekend. Bye.